Alright, so this is future me here. I originally intended to record this on the 22nd. Um, again, because there's something at the end of the video I wanted to talk over. Yeah, it was Brian Bonagazzi coming here. I mean here. And, once again, it would have been, December the 22nd, 2 of the year 2022. Even though I realize these videos won't come out till whenever. And that's just on BitChute, just for the record. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, one. Yeah, 8 days until the first month of the year of 2023, and before the 2023 year of the year 2023 year. Blech! For the year 2023, if I could speak. So, and I have with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days now until the day I go out again. Ain't that just something? So it'll be in 11 days, but it's got 10 days before then. Unless I get somehow paid early, I don't know. I didn't say that. I will not confirm nor deny that because I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm just saying, for the record, because I don't think it's anybody's business, but personally, I mean, no offense to anybody, not that I care, because, I mean, it's like this. It's like how I feel about your privacy and whatnot. I don't care. I don't want to know. If I wanted to know, I would have asked you, especially about your bowel movement in the bathroom while you were doing the do. I don't do that. Something's going on. Yeah, I probably should go turn it off. But anyway, I'll be right back. Jeez. Alright, sorry about that. I had to take care of a gate that's not working right anyway. So I won't get into it because... But anyway, I'm going to be quiet now. Yeah, in the original video, I also said something that I probably shouldn't have said, but it's just how I feel about different, how I view. I'm just gonna put this for the record. It's how I prefer to do, listen to certain things, and so that's just for that, and I like all languages equally, but I can't understand them. equally. I know some French, I know some Japanese, but not enough to understand what in the world is going on unless I turn on the subtitles. So, anyway, I try not to bring that up too often because it's not something that should be ever talked about, but in case you're wondering, I'm trying to fix my nail. I remember when parents used to tell me, don't spit. Nowadays, you don't hear that. I mean, sometimes people might still kind of say that, but I mean, why not? I mean, you wouldn't want to swallow a nail in your mouth. I mean, like, any kind of nail, but like specifically a fingernail. So you gotta do something with it when you're trying to get it, trying to fix it and everything. So, yeah, pretty much. All right. Damn. I hate that. I'm not gonna go butter oil. And I don't want to go out in this weather because it's literally, I just got sprinkled on, like, pretty bad. Well, if I hadn't been for my umbrella, because it's windy. You know, I don't like to get soaked. Unlike some people, they like to get soaked in the rain. I'm not trying to judge people, but, I mean, you know, I shouldn't be saying this, but I am very sensitive to that. That's just the way my body is. I can't help what my body is sensitive to. And this is not, I want to put out for the record, this is not against anybody. But when I say unlike them, because they do that, and they're not, you know, they don't have any problems. Well, that doesn't mean I don't have them. And it has nothing to do with them. It's just the fact that I was born that way. What can I say? I'm sensitive to things. You know, I can't even walk out in the sun. I can for sometimes. But after a while, it would get to me, like to my skin, basically, when in the sun. And I'll get a sunburn. I don't get suntans. I'll get a little sunburn, and it will hurt like a mother beeper. And I am not kidding you. It does hurt after a while. So yeah, I try to put on suntan lotion, but a lot of times I don't. I wind up not having any, or something just happens. I try not to worry about it too much, but I try to explain that, and people are like, "So what's your big deal? Go out there and go out there anyway." Why? The sun's bearing down on me, so I can go out at nighttime and be fine. I could be out in the rain and be fine as long as I got an umbrella. I could be out in the cold as long as I got a jacket on. I don't like to be cold and I don't like to be hot. You know, I don't think that makes sense to you, but that's just what it is for me. And, wow, that much. Jeez. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now.
So this one here, and then I guess with this one here, that would make top, because I'm just counting the ones. I mean, I will, but not. I'm gonna count the ones that we started seeing before we could unlock them. So the one coming from the focus tower, 2, 3. You know, going towards the town of Aquarium. 4, and then there's 5, and then the one by the Irish pyramid, 6, and now the last 2 before going in and out of Aquarium to Fireberg, the next part of the focus tower. What did I say now? Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or using the bridge anyway.
6, 7, 8, and then there's 7 there. But if we count it for whatever one we want to do, maybe we can, or we can count the ones that are up here at top for the ones down below, and that would make it like 4. But it don't really matter, because all together that's going to be. Let's see. Oh my God. Well, we include the ones down here. It's 1, 2, 3. And how many did I say? 8 over here. And I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. And 2. So 3, 8, 7, 2. Right. Okay, so let me get this calculator up. So 3 plus 8 plus, that's 11 for 3 plus 8, plus 7, 18, and 2 equals 20. So 20 battlefields. I would have really thought that there was, I didn't think there was that many, but whatever. So apparently that is what there is of how many battlefields there are. That does not include the amount of battles we could be having right now. So anyway, I'm going to go back over here. Isolate. Another new enemy. Stefano. Another new enemy. I should have known that from the beginning, but oh well. Yeah, just because it's random doesn't mean it's going to be the same enemy. Sometimes it is. It's like 3rd time in a row. Finally, actually, a double setting of them. Yeah, I get that normally. So I think this is the first time we're actually fighting these guys in a battlefield, but I could be wrong. Or at least by the 2 of them. And then, so the very first time, this actually happened, not just because Gilmo Play was going through it, but you get like ambushed, and it happens to be one of the battlefields over there by Windia. I don't know why it does that, but it doesn't matter, we'll be fine. We have plenty of protection now. After we finish off these battlefields, we will definitely, for sure, get on with the game, and, yeah, there we go. Nice.
So, if you hear me in the background over here, we might have heard a word. I was moving some stuff around. I don't know if you heard it or not, but if you did, I don't always remember to say what was going on in the background, but at least it's not something that would be offensive. But I also don't generally remember, but when I'm doing these, yeah, it's really windy outside. I don't want to go out there until it dies down a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I was just trying to, fix the refrigerator so it would, properly seal up, because if you don't, if you leave it open even a crack a little bit, it's not a good thing for a refrigerator. I mean, it's probably obvious, and you probably already know that, so disregard it. But if you don't, Well, and there you go. It doesn't matter how new refrigerators are, they don't, like, you know, stay, things don't stay like they should be. They're even left up in a little bit. It's something you got to be careful of, even if you, you know, the one thing to do to practice about it was just to be aware of it, but in the sense of that even if you have to be like, you don't even know it, but making sure, because you don't want to be like, oh crap, what happened here? So then you think that there was something wrong with your refrigerator. A lot of times that is okay, sometimes it's not. But it also makes it worse on the refrigerator the more longer it's left open, which is not a good idea. So, you know. Because a lot of times throughout life you'll probably walk off and forget you left it open. I thought you completely shut it completely and come back to it like, flip this open. I know it wasn't me. And the sad truth is a lot of times, yeah, it's not you, and a lot of times it is you. And you don't know it because you're not. See, the thing is that this is a proven non-scientific fact that if you don't know it or not aware of it, it's not going to be recorded in your own memories. Like, you know, because even though no one else did it, you're. It's like a lot of times you're convinced that someone else did it, but it wasn't. It was you. Anyway.
Okay, so we have plenty of protection now. Fireberg, yeah, as a matter of fact, it was. But either way, we have all the armor now. It's pretty cool. Gives us a lot of defense. Since we're still not quite as powerful. Well, I use that. Okay. So yeah, you might notice that there's a door down there. Here's something down here. We could go that way and go back into Doom Castle, but we don't want to go that way.
So yeah, you don't want to go that way. But like I was trying to get at is we're not as powerful for like I don't know what the hell I was thinking about, but I know that magic is never going to be good enough in comparison, and I mean in comparison because Phoebe, I mean, yeah, our magic is going to be good enough to fight battles. That's a given. But as far as who has the strongest, it really doesn't really matter. Well, ultimately, because this game is not programmed that way. I mean, it does in a sense because it shows numbers, but there's nothing you can do unless you cheat. And it really don't matter. It's not going to make it effectively any better because, yeah, you can max out all your stats. You could. No point. And the only way to do that is if you cheat. It's true, but unfortunately, you could do that. No point. Because it doesn't really affect the outcome of the game. Or anything. Because ultimately, even if you could do that, that's where the game rolls. Anyway.
Because it's like a one-way. And, you know, it's well, you can go back up, but you can't, like, you know, get to the rest of the area. So what we want to do now...
So, this has been officially recorded or re-recorded so many times, but officially for the record or for it to count, as far as this recording goes, this will be like the third time. Even though yesterday would have been it too, but I went over time, and it was more longer minutes than it should have been because we weren't getting enough done, and I was just sitting there rambling on and talking when you could have seen more. So, yeah, I'm gonna be quiet now.
We're going to go ahead and take this, and we're going to go in here. Okay, Sculptor Water Hag.
Now, when you first go in that field right there, it's supposed to be where it ambushes you. I've had that happen, you know. And I don't think I actually had all full protection at the time, or ever. But yeah. So anyway, I'm trying not to talk, but I'm trying to let it, because I don't want this to go on too long. But I am trying to talk things about, because I didn't say it at the time. I didn't realize or even think about it. But anyway.
That's right. It was by a water havoc. You know, we just got ambushed by him. I wonder if it's because I did it like this, where I preempted myself here. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, the way this thing acts, you never know. It was the first time it actually ambushed me in a battlefield, other than over here. So, but you know, that doesn't mean you won't get it twice. As a matter of fact, I remember it happening twice in the same battlefield over here.
So I don't know what he's talking about. When I said what the hell, I think I caught something that was going on. Somebody was turning around. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I can't be for sure because it was on that day. So yeah, I don't like ooze because they have magic. They're okay. I mean, not magic, but magic resistance. Because even though that I'm going to be using her arrows and stuff. Yeah, that's good. So pretty much, yeah. What I will not do is use them on the final bosses, plural, because, like, okay, for the crystals themselves, depending on who I've got with me, I'm not going to use their ammo. Like, with Trisham and Fever Phobie are the only ones I know of that, for weapons, are ultimately, is the only ones that have limited ammo. Well, it's true, I could use them to help me level up, but I gotta be careful because you can only there's only so many chests in the place to do it, but other than that, nah. So, yeah. And, so, there is a thing coming up that's like what we've already fought before, but I've already got it recorded and everything. I just gotta split up the video. I don't want to have to do it, but I'm gonna have to. And the reason why I'm redoing this one again is because I was laughing. I didn't know what it was about, and then when I heard it all the way through, I was like, uh-oh, that's something I can't say. Because I forgot I was recording the other time. And then it was another future me. It was not on the same day that this was originally recorded, which was Monday, December the 12th. And when I first recorded it yesterday, I wasn't sure, but could have sworn I wasn't going to swear to that. But when I looked back at the date, it was like, yep, it was on there for sure. Because it's pre-recorded, or it's already got its date and everything set up. So it might be new, but it's not going to be the original video. The original video was actually longer than that. Then I had another one for like 23 some minutes, and I cut that back down to 15 minutes. I don't know how I even did that. I wasn't trying. I was just trying to make it split and put it into its own video by itself. Like I said, about battlefields, because this is about it. And then the next part is going to be where it actually officially starts for, the next the place we got to go. So basically, the thing is that I've been trying to get this straight anyway, and I don't like to leave anything in there that might get me canceled. Not that I care personally what people think about me. It's just that at the same time, that while it might be legitimate, I agree with it, but And just some things I'd like to keep out of the video. Even if I already make a video with it officially, I tend to delete those. Because it's like a way for me to get it off my chest, and it's like, and then if I feel it's important enough, I'll leave some of it in there to be able to give a brief description without going in it too much. Because if I go into it too much, like where I actually said what I shouldn't have said, then yeah, it could cause me to get in so much trouble. It's not your point. And it's not racism or something that is really against anybody, but it would get me canceled. Basically, in general. So, I mean, you can actually make a recording all you want to. Just I wouldn't bother to keep the video. I would delete it. Because the thing is, depending on what you say in a video, if you feel it's important enough to even briefly talk about it without going too bored or saying the same old thing, I would make it like it's, as brief as you can. So that way you don't have to worry about getting canceled, or to the point that you don't have to worry about, even though you should never care about personally what people think about you. It's the fact of, it's not that so much as that whether or not you'll be able to ever upload again, no matter even if you had to restart all over again. So, yeah, okay, so now they're ambushing us in this field, but, whatever. But yeah, I mean, literally, we talk about that versus, anything you could talk about. I mean, hell, you could even, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could even be racist a little bit, or say something derogatory, and delete a video that no one will ever find because you didn't post it online. If you'd have posted it online, you'd have been in trouble. Now, this is not something I would do, nor would I recommend anybody else do it, but I'm just saying that you can make any kind of video you want to if it just kind of gets you off your chest, as long as it's, because it's not something you want to face. Believe me, the less the better, because it'll look poorly on you if they're able to find this video. So, yeah, so I would completely wipe it out so that no one could ever find it, no matter what. And there are ways to do it, too. But again, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't highly recommend it. I'm just saying you can. Doesn't mean you should. No, geez, here I go again. So that's about all the time we have for this episode. I just wanted to quickly talk about a few things and just make up a few points. I didn't say you should definitely make those videos. I could understand your gripe if I had said, yeah, you should definitely make them. No, I never said that. What I said was that you can. There's a difference between can and shouldn't, or that you should. I would never make such videos. I would not want someone else to do it because it can be hard to delete those unless you have the right technology. And, again, don't do them. But yeah, they can. Doesn't mean they should. I mean, and what makes it worse about it is when people actually post such videos, like the most racist video ever, because, or derogatory, or whatever you want to call it, however that video is because it's the way it's perceived. And believe me, you don't want it lying around somewhere, even if you delete it. If someone's got it, they'll get it. And they know of many ways to get it, to retrieve it. It's best that you don't even make those things. Period. You know, that's what I highly recommend. And not making them. Because it's not about whether or not it's being cool, about being cool. It's about the idea that, you know how many people, because then you have to feel bad, you have to make an apology video, and people will never look at you the same. Like, they'll never let it go. That's one thing you don't want, is people not to let it go, because they'll rain it over your head like, you dirty, you shouldn't have never said that. So, and it doesn't really matter if they apologize. It'll take some time and some healing. A lot of people don't get that option. They're just completely cut off from, civilization, in the sense that nobody will ever want to listen to you again. They won't even bother to click on your videos, especially if they know it's you. If they even get one hint, you'll get blocked. I mean, your video will be up there, but no one will watch it, other than one view. Because the higher people will be out there and they'll do that. So, it's not a good thing. And not just because of that, but it's not the right thing to do. I don't care what kind of problems you're having. It's not a racist issue. Nor should it be based on that, because that's a lot of the problem with a lot of people. And I don't mean that like everyone, but this is people who absolutely have to have a problem. They go, and they start saying things that are so racist, like, and then they put it out there. The biggest mistake you could ever make. It's not only that you record it, but you put it out there. And you think that everybody's going to respect you for that. You may not care. You might be one of those. Let me tell you something. You'll never see the light of day or those videos, as far as anybody wanting to care about whether or not this video has any right to ever be the presence of people that should actually be watching it. Like, yeah, okay. And you get labeled as scumbag. Basically a person that people don't like. Or racist scumbag. Because no one, and I mean no one, wants to sit there and see you actually literally put that out there. No one even wants to view it. Because all it takes is one person, and then they can spread the word. After it's been already done, viewed by the whole world, and you delete it, and someone gets a hold of it, or whatever the case may be, that's the last thing you want. And I'm not kidding you. Don't do it. Like I said, just because you can doesn't mean you should. It's like if people started making naughty videos, if you know what I mean, where everybody's taking off their clothes and doing something they shouldn't be doing. Doesn't mean you should. I mean, I would say that it depends on the environment and what's going on and who's all involved. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter, because to get any more into it, it's kind of a controversial thing. And, well, I shouldn't be talking about it, but I feel that at the same time, it's kind of like, it's a perfect example of like things like that. But that would also, again, depend on the environment and where it's going to. I would not know anything about such things. You know. I mean, even if I had, I'll never say whether I did or not. I know. I will say for the record, though, that if it's anything, it's not like what you would think. No, but yeah. And that's the only thing I'll ever say about it, because not because I care whether or not people what they think of me, but again, it goes back to the idea of like, what's your what your business is your own business of what you look at. You know, who cares about what you look at? As long as it's not something that you shouldn't have been looking at in the first place. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Probably not. There's a lot of people who sit there and look at things. It's like, you know, that they shouldn't have done, and just like people will sit there and say things they shouldn't have done. And then they gotta turn around and make an apology video. But with that, you couldn't make an apology video. You just couldn't. So, I mean, there is a huge difference, though. Making an apology video is for something like you said, something... Even though that people will never want to watch your content, even if you did apologize, again, nobody's going to want to let it go. And if they do, it'll take years before you'll ever be a part of society. It's like another person. What he said should have never been said. And now we can't even look at him as a respectable being. And if you know who I'm talking about, because I can't say his name, it starts with a K. I formerly know him with W, for his last name. Because he's not, I mean, people don't want to look back at that and say that, yeah, this man was absolutely something. Maybe at one time in his life. But other than that, like anybody else, you know, once you make the mistake, there's no going back. And for people to finally let it go, if they decide to let it go enough to let you be a part of their lives in the sense of whether or not they'll watch you or anything else, it takes a long time. It really does. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but, you know, it's just the way things go. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to see y'all later. Bye-bye.